to Meno Quirks, the podcast that says menopause isn't a crisis, it's a comedy. We're talking honest conversation, cold truths, and all the unexpected quirks that come with the midlife plot twist. Hosted by Nat and Sal, we're here to swap stories,
share laughs, and say the things no one warned us about. Well, probably should have. This is your safe-ish space to giggle, groan, and maybe learn a thing or two along the way. So grab your fan, your favourite snack, and let's get into the glorious weirdness of the menopause. Together. Yeah.
Hi, Nat.
Hi, Sam.
We're nearly at the end of August. I can't believe it.
So excited.
And we're going back to school.
Or
and college. University.
Or university. Yeah.
So we're mentally preparing for that shift in the year where we go into autumn.
All change.
New change.
Year. Yeah. New year.
The summer dwindles away. New academic year. And so we've been thinking about how to organise ourselves. I'm not a particularly organised person.
No, I'm not. But I know that I need to be. So
it does
I've
help,
got to
doesn't
think about it. Yes, and get some advice, some tips.
Yeah.
To help me through.
So let's chat about back to school.
Yeah, it's all back to school, kids.
So we've got right from the soundscape is we're in the Meno Quirks kitchen.
We are, yeah.
And in the other room, you might hear a little bit of Bluey to keep a 6-year-old happy.
Yeah.
To be honest, it keeps this 47-year-old happy sometimes.
Bit of a good day.
A bit of Bluey.
Little bit of Bluey.
Good day, mate.
Yeah. So being a mum is one thing, but being a Meno mum is like unlocking a new level of chaos.
Absolutely. So you've got the normal chaos, but now school's nearly back. We are getting up on time, which
is
we
unheard
don't
of.
I've been getting up on time, but I haven't been having to get other people up on time.
No.
And then only having one shoe. And, oh, Mummy, I'd like packed lunches this year. Oh, okay.
Yeah, how long's that going to last?
Trying to pack a healthy packed lunch is, I find, so difficult. So we've been looking at some tips and tricks.
We have.
And of how to prepare for back to school.
Yeah.
In our age range of our children who are between 6 and 22.
Yeah. And then one is like 18, but she's going on, I don't know, 30s, 40s, so much more organised than everybody else. But yeah, they've got all different things going on at different times in their lives. But we're saying don't panic. We've got tips, tricks and a few stories to support you and prepare you for the next stage, if it's school, if it's college, or even university. Yeah, the new time. It's the autumn. I know we're in August. We're recording this in August, but it's the middle of August.
And minds are preparing.
Yeah.
For yours is going to university and mine is going to college and... And the little ones are just going back into their next year up.
Oh, yeah, gosh. And are you prepared? Are you ready for this? They're probably ready for this,
now,
but are you?
Can I put on the table the mums who, at the beginning of the summer holiday, are so prepared that they bought the uniform for back to school in September? Because I really admire... If that's you, I really admire how organised that is. However, in my experience of my children, they grow about a foot in the summer holiday. So what do you do? If you're buying a uniform at the beginning of the summer holiday, are you buying it that extra 2 inches too long? Yeah.
And the thing is, the shoe rush is a real thing, isn't it? That everybody's trying to get their shoes, and especially if it's a craze that your kid has found out about and they've all got to get whatever type of shoe. Yeah, I remember when my kids were at school and they had a shoe with a little toy in it, like a, can't remember what they were called, but
was it inside
the shoe,
under the insole or something?
Yeah, it's like a little
lift it up
like
and there's
that's
little
right,
something,
little pocket of some sort inside the shoe. And, you know, apparently, I thought, well, I'll just get those before, they won't sell out. They sold out. So my daughter had to go to school with normal normal black
could
shoes.
you?
I know. Didn't talk to me for ages because she couldn't join in the fun because they all had little toy.
Were they all taking their shoes off?
They were all taking their shoes off at playground time, playtime, whatever. Yeah, the break going, look at my little dinky toy. And mine's sitting there going, well, my mum just went too late into the shop and that's it. So, great. Well done, Mum.
Well, yes, so what do you do? How do you play that?
How do you play that?
Or do you go for a middle ground of sort of going around about, well, I don't know.
Do you know what I did? I went to a charity shop and I got one of those little toys because somebody had decided the shoes, either they bought the wrong size or something and donated them to the shop. New shoes. And the little figures they put out separately.
Oh, did
Why
they?
they do that, I don't know. But I got the little figure, so I went, there you go.
Oh.
But where am I going to put it, Mum? Because there's no hole in my shoes. Just say it's out.
Pass the paring knife.
Yeah.
I'm totally confident. And then we're thinking about shoes.
Yeah.
Buying uniform. And then the first day comes, but is it an inset day or is this when the children go back? That's quite a stress in itself, isn't it?
It really
because
is.
you can look on the council website and they tell you the general term dates, but every school is different as to when they put their teacher training. So that's a stress, and it's an extra stress that we don't need. So I'm reminding you, if you're listening to this before we've gone back to school,
Yeah.
go and find out if you've got a teacher training day those first few days.
Yeah.
Are you going back on the 1st? Are you going back on the 4th? Who knows?
Yes, exactly.
I'm not sure when they decide. The actual day actually comes. The things that I find difficult are getting up early, but not necessarily because I might be up early, but I like to be up early under my own terms with nobody else there.
Yeah. Just for that
And
moment
so
of quietness.
when you're up early and then you need to get everybody else up, and nobody else wants to get up because they've had a whole summer holiday of relaxing and getting up whenever they like. So do you, in that case, start a few days before of setting the alarm and trying to get everybody up on time? So how do you prepare? And do you make your lunch boxes the night before? Because I'm sure that if you make lunch boxes, you've got all the intention of making a lunchbox the night before, but in the morning,
You haven't got time.
yeah,
Because there's other things that have happened, like catastrophe. I haven't found this, that, and the other. 2 socks that don't match, or tights,
socks aren't so bad as shoes that don't match though, because we have a lot of why is there one school shoe here? Where is the other one?
There's got to be some kind of monster in, kind of generally. There's a sock monster and a shoe
I think
monster
it
that just
lives
takes
under
them.
the settee and it just puts the little mitt out and grabs socks.
It's not the bogeyman, it's the sock man and the shoe man. Yeah, definitely, because they have the panic because there's a time constraint. You have to be out by
constraint, and I think
time.
that and does that make your brain fog worse actually? Because then I'll get to school and I'll have forgotten at least one thing. If it's one person's water bottle or one person's timetable or one person's coat, or I've picked up the wrong coat which is the wrong size, what is it? And my little ones are still not quite at the point where they're packing their own bags. Maybe we're getting to the point where they're reminding me, oh mummy, you've forgotten such and such.
Yes.
But the mental load is massive, and we're already struggling with just getting up and getting dressed, maybe.
Definitely. And just getting into the swing of thinking that focusing on where we need to go. And the fact you're not just letting yourself down, it's the kids, it's the school. You get the stern looks from the secretary. You've had so many months to deal with this, And it is that pressure that you put on yourself, and I guess people around you that seem to do it effortlessly, They come into school, their hair is perfect, their makeup is perfect, they don't have slippers on, and they
don't have children hanging off them.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't have grubby looking children just hanging from them.
They've got what we kind of think of, a way of dealing with this, using our memos, our Meno memos, maybe having those stuck around the house to say, have you remembered?
They're super organised.
Super organised.
Super organised.
Possibly. Because people are super organised. But I think when you go through the menopause, especially perimenopause, when it's new and those symptoms are starting to happen, that's where it's really frustrating, because
you might not
I never
realise
used
that
to do
that's
this.
what it is, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, as you know, I couldn't put my hair up last week.
Yeah, it's funny.
I had to put my hair up. So, do we? So, and also then you think I've got a whole 6 hours, and whether you're going to use that to go to work or do something for you or tidy up the mess of the last 6 weeks or whatever you use that for, that 6 hours is 6 minutes. There might be 6 minutes in you because other things come up.
Yeah, they do.
And that time goes so quickly.
It does.
So how do you prepare to spend your time efficiently? Because we all want to. And how do we forgive ourselves, or is that the right word?
Yeah, it is.
Stay relaxed.
Stay relaxed,
when
calm.
there are days when you don't get anything done because those 6 hours are just 6 minutes.
And it's just surviving it sometimes, isn't it? Having the first week, survive the first week. Notice that changes are going to affect you because there are going to be things they throw in, like clubs, and you've got to do this by a certain date, and there might be a trip, or there might be this or that.
For such and such by a certain date.
And there's lots thrown at you that you might not be prepared for. So take that first week and say, it's the first week. I'm just going to have to be like a bit like a notice board. Everything's stuck to me, and I'm just going to have to get used to it, and then organise my time. However,
because I think even if you think that it's all in your head,
yes,
because we haven't been doing it for 6 weeks, it's out of practice.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. You've got lulled into that false sense of security where you think, oh, it's all fine because the weather's beautiful and the kids are out playing or what have you. And now it's regiment. I'm back to
And that's the other thing. It might actually start raining at some point, and then
Yeah.
everybody's inside on top of each other when they're not at school.
Or windy.
Or you have to do the school run in the rain.
Yes,
which
or
is
wind and rain. Yeah,
horrible.
It is horrible because children get affected by the wind a lot, don't they? If it's
Oh,
windy,
yes.
they really kind of go
wild.
You know, they go wild. Yeah, because they're really affected by it. So, yeah, and so your emotions, because you latch on to whatever's going on around you, and the child is maybe upset or wound up about something, or somebody's not talking to them, or there's some kind of gossip going around a group and you're not involved, or whatever it is, that can come back and build on you, and you're like, what do I do about this? I don't know where to
sometimes you
start.
can't do anything.
And sometimes you can't, and it usually irons itself out anyway, doesn't it?
It does. Things blow over.
They do. They really do.
And so we've written a little list. Tell us about up here.
Okay.
I can't do that.
I'll
Doesn't
put my
work,
glasses
does
on.
it?
No,
we
this
are having
sort of-
difficulty working a laptop, which is not.
It's because my laptop is okay.
Oh,
so
preparing the night before.
you
So
see.
what can you prepare the night before?
So tips and tricks to share, and we've got that, haven't we? Prep the night before, lay out clothes, bags, and even breakfast bowls. Well,
My breakfast bowls are easy to snatch because we don't have cupboards. We just have shelves. So breakfast is easy for us, and the
that's
children know
fine.
how to get their own. That's brilliant.
It is. You haven't got cats that try and take the contents of the bowl out before they have. So.
Our cats don't carry around human food in packets and try and marmalise it.
Well, ours do.
But the school uniform is really important because
it really is.
It just gets so difficult, especially by the end of the week, to find a clean this, that, and the other, and a matching pair of socks.
So having them in
knowing them that they're there.
place basket. They mentioned baskets. I think actually that's quite a good. So here we've got a school run basket. So you've got everything in one place.
So my small children who have uniforms just have one basket each, which is just uniform.
You
So
see.
what can you prepare the night before?
So tips and tricks to share, and we've got that, haven't we? Prep the night before, lay out clothes, bags, and even breakfast bowls. Well,
my breakfast bowls are easy to snatch because we don't have cupboards. We just have shelves. So breakfast is easy for us, and the children know how to get their own. That's brilliant.
It is. You haven't got cats that try and take the contents of the bowl out before they have. So.
Our cats don't carry around human food in packets and try and marmalise it.
Well, ours do.
But the school uniform is really important because
it really is.
It just gets so difficult, especially by the end of the week, to find a clean this, that, and the other, and a matching pair of socks.
So having them in
knowing them that they're there.
Place basket. They mentioned baskets. I think actually that's quite a good. So here we've got a school run basket. So you've got everything in one place.
So my small children who have uniforms just have one basket each, which is just uniform. But the school uniform is really important because
it really is.
It just gets so difficult, especially by the end of the week, to find a clean this, that and the other and a matching pair of socks.
I remember lining up, and they're all clinging to their parents for dear life, clinging. Of course, be reminded, when you get to secondary school, there's no clinging. It's all bye, see ya sometime, so that moment is something quite special, and guiding them out of that and saying, you're going to have a great day and stuff like that, when they might get upset, they might not, but sometimes they do. And you spend all morning worried and panicking, thinking there's something wrong, and you pick them up and they've had a lovely day.
It's been fine. Because I've got smaller children who do wear uniform, they have a basket each of just uniform, and that includes pants and socks as well. So they know that they can delve into there and get an odd assortment of whatever uniform they can find.
Yes.
Instead of it being mixed in with their clothes upstairs, this uniform is in the kitchen in 2 baskets, so that they know where it is, I know where it is. It never goes upstairs because it doesn't need to get jumbled in with all their other clothes.
Yes, so there's a system. You've got the system, which makes you calmer.
It works well.
Good.
And all of their underwear is there as well.
Brilliant. Okay, so that's a good
Which
idea.
Is really helpful.
We like that, and
that's always been the same. So it's really helpful. Shoes, however, all over the blinking shop.
Well, I was going to say we could have some photographs on our Instas and various social media to show examples of how we do stuff, and if that helps.
How do you organise your school life? Send us some photos, that would be lovely.
Yeah, because it helps other people as well. We also have, we've got the basket, which has essentials: hairbrush, spare socks, water bottles by the front door. Anything that's essential that you need is by the front door. Times and alarms. Some people use Alexa, phone alarms.
Alexa's great. I've probably banged on about it before, because it doesn't. It's not me giving the demand to anybody else. It's Alexa saying,
so
it's time to do this now.
That's right.
So I didn't say it, Alexa did. Don't blame me.
Don't get angry with me.
Don't blame me.
So shoes on by 8:10, out the door by 8:20 as a kind of instruction idea, whatever, depending on how far you've got to go. But then
somebody said to me, so we need to get to school at 8:30, say, it's only down the road. And she lives a little bit further out. Mm-hmm. And she said to me, I know that if we haven't started breakfast by 7:45, we're going to be late. And then I noticed that actually that was true for us as well. So going even back to when you put shoes on, going back further earlier into the morning, if we haven't started breakfast at a certain time.
Yeah. Okay.
That puts the morning into...
Right. Okay.
Whatever you call it, disrepair.
I was going to say disrepute. But yes,
yeah,
it
I
is,
thought
isn't
that
it?
as well.
Yeah.
Let's say disrepute. Disarray.
It's dis something.
It disses the morning before it's even started.
Yeah, it does, because it does shift you back to, you're on the back foot, aren't you? So you're constantly trying to make up the time. Up. Yeah.
And maybe sometimes on the first few days, you're right on it.
Yeah.
So you are feeling, come on. But then you lose momentum as your energy runs out and your stamina goes.
That's very. If you're not well, or you've got other things going on in your life, like some people have elderly parents, some people have.
You've got other things
other things going
in the
on.
Morning.
So
maybe an escaped chicken.
Escaped chicken, little cat.
We don't. Yeah. Or, you can't find the cat food.
Escaped chicken wasn't what I was thinking about, but there you go.
House, there's going to be an escaped chicken, isn't it?
You usually hear them on the podcast, actually. We know they're there, don't we? Because they're, Car snacks are a good idea.
Car snacks are a really good idea, and it also helps getting people into the car who maybe don't want to get into the car for that first thing, and I go, well, in the car, I think I've got a packet of bourbons in the car. Ooh, and I don't mind using that as an incentive, as a nice thing to look forward to for getting ready and getting yourself in the car.
No, that's good. That's a good one.
I mean, these days a bourbon is no more sweet and sugary than a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, true. But I think if it works and serves a purpose to start with, the problem is if it becomes a habit, so they expect it. So we've got to kind of see
it doesn't work, though, does it?
No. No, and we've got to see it as a treat because you've done something brilliant, because you got yourself ready, or because you, all of that. So that's quite a good one.
Crack today open with a ball.
Definitely. And then what about you? So self-care, micro moments, a cup of tea in peace after drop-off counts as therapy. So you've got something to look after.
And then that's something to look forward to.
Sorry, look forward to. That's what I meant to say.
You can take the rest of the packet of bourbons.
Yeah. Yeah,
and make a massive cup of tea.
Just eat them all.
Just sit and have that for your breakfast.
Which is
I'm not endorsing this as a nutritious choice.
In your biscuit tin, we know we've got bourbons.
We know. We talk about bourbons a lot.
We do talk about and custard creams because they're particularly nice as well. So we want to know what works for you on your school run mornings. So do you have a support network? Do you use like memos around the house, baskets, various other baskets and biscuits? Yeah. What do you do? We would like to know so we can share that out.
And a lot of us are doing it on our own with several children. We are actually literally outnumbered. How do you manage being outnumbered?
So we're going to talk about our funniest Meno moments, school run stories, and I thought I'd start off with getting the girls ready for school, doing a really good job that morning, and I remember doing that because I was on time. Not a long walk to school, probably about 20 minutes, rushed down the road. It's downhill towards the roundabout, and my oldest was on a boogie board. I don't know whether they still have those boogie boards, but she was on a boogie board. It made it easier to have them all in one place. So raced down the road. And as I got the other side of that roundabout on the uphill stretch towards school, a car pulled over and someone said to me, are you going to school this morning? And I was like, well, yes, because my kids are in school uniform. Oh, I thought I'd let you know it's teacher training day. And it was a new school, new play, everything was new. I had to grab uniforms really late to get them all dressed, all that sort of thing. So it was a bit of a moment. And I said, oh, well, I'm just doing a trial run, which was a complete lie, of course. And she was like, oh, well done then. I thought,
yeah, there's your trial run with full uniform. There's my trial run.
And but of course I kind of made it as well, I'm doing a trial run, but my daughter went, no, we're going to school. So the moment I actually wanted to tell her to be quiet, give the game away, thank you very much.
Why have you kicked me in the shin, Mummy?
Why are you pushing me off the buggy board? Yes, thank you, darling. So that was my, all right then, well, I've done the dummy run. So I can't be late now, can I?
Crikey.
I know. There you go. Peri mono, nomo.
But it is that, being clear communication about when school's open.
Yeah. Got the dates wrong, of course. But I was, in my defence, I was looking after my dad and I was also working.
So here you go, right?
Yes,
so you're not just, your only thing in life is not just taking your children to school.
No.
Because, here we are in a sandwich situation with parents who need more care.
That's right.
Maybe even grandparents.
Yes.
And working
balancing
as well,
act.
And being in charge of keeping house as well. If not a million other things.
That's true. We haven't got a plane today. We've got a hairdryer upstairs. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Great. It's a working house.
It's a soundscape.
It's not a working farm. It's a working. Yes, it's a normal house. This is our studio today in the kitchen. So there will be noises of post boxes going and doors slamming probably, and cats meowing because they're hungry.
Summer holiday noises.
Yeah. So that's our soundscape today. Yeah. So what's your funny story, Sal?
I think my perimenopausal story is probably with the the rush of emotions. My daughter doesn't really like going into school, and she was in reception, and I took her to the inside reception class door, and I wasn't allowed. Another parent was there doing the same thing, and I was bending down to trying to convince my wailing daughter that she really would like it in school today. And so my heart's already quite attached to this situation. which I'm trying to be completely calm about, but I really feel for her. And a member of staff came up behind me to tell me off for walking into those few metres past the outside door of school into school. And so I thought my purpose here is to help my daughter, so I carried on doing that, and I didn't respond to being told off, and I had to leave because I was obviously a security threat or something. I actually don't know what happened. That's not the point of the story. The point of the story is, so eventually I got her in, I walked out, and I spoke to a teacher who I needed to say something to about something completely different. And I opened my mouth to talk to her and just started crying. Because of that little interaction there.
Yeah, and the emotion.
And the emotion, and the getting tied up in my daughter's emotion, and having my own hormone fluctuation based emotion.
Yeah.
It's just, do you know when you take a breath to talk, and it
Just doesn't
very
come out.
occasionally happens. I take a breath to talk, and then all the emotion that's just built up in there just goes, whoa.
Oh.
It's like, I'm really sorry. I started crying.
So you end up being child yourself, the way you respond. You know, it's quite, isn't it? Because it's like, I'm just letting my emotions show, which is what children do.
Just like,
you know,
yeah,
and people can cope with that.
I don't think at that point that I could actually control that. Sometimes those things are uncontrollable.
Yeah.
They just appear and go, I'm here, embrace me. Here you are crying in public, embrace me. Everybody at school was really sweet and really kind and caring about it.
Good.
And I think that you're left worrying as well that everybody else will think you're slightly insane and over emotional, and you know all of those things that women get accused of.
You're just human. That's it. It's an emotion.
Yeah.
You're actually more human than the people who don't show the emotion.
Or that
you're
you're a drama queen, maybe. Those kinds of things.
That's sad,
might go
that
if you didn't know me and know that I bang on about this season of life. You know, and then the concern about, well, what do other people think? What must other people think?
Yeah.
And I think that is...
And you get embarrassed, I guess, because you've let yourself open. And one of the feelings is when people look at you when you're upset is often it's, are you okay? But it's can be like misunderstood as, oh, you all right?
Are you a bit unhinged,
yes,
dear?
hysterical.
Yeah.
But you're
exactly.
actually, it's a natural thing to cry because it's nature's way of getting that frustration, that emotion out, because you feel like you're at boiling point for whatever reason. That crying is a good valve release, you know, it's a good way of sort of going.
And sometimes we need to actually put that sad film on, or you know, something
that's life.
Makes
People,
us
yes, absolutely
go.
Makes us human.
The repair shop, I've probably said it before, the repair shop makes me do that. There's always somebody on there who has lost somebody dear to them, and this thing that they're bringing to be repaired is the last remaining item, possession that person had, and it's the only thing that makes them feel close to that person, and maybe they escaped from a bad situation when they were younger, and if they hadn't done that then they wouldn't have gone on to have a family, and all of the backstory. I can be in absolute floods
because you can put yourself, your empathy is such that you can put yourself in that person's shoes and you can think of what that feels like, because
absolutely.
we
and then
both,
I think that when you're grieving as well,
yes, of course,
it sort of
taps
helps
into
it taps into the grief as well, doesn't it?
It
and
really
then
does.
And then your own grief comes out
it really
of what
does.
you're dealing with as well. So we can't, also on a very serious note, I think that we need to give some, I was going to say credit, that's not quite right, is it, to the fact that at this time of life we might not only be looking after parents or grandparents, but we might be grieving their deaths as well.
Yeah.
And what a shocking combination of grief and menopause.
And often perimenopause, you don't recognise it because because if you've lost someone like I did at that time, I think I was having my perimenopause at the same time. So one might have brought on the other, and I just think I didn't recognise it, so I didn't know that some of the symptoms were very perimenopausal, and also some were grief, mixed in. So. Grief is a hard pill to swallow.
And the shock, even though it might not be a shock of losing somebody because you knew it was happening, but it still is a shock. And there's a trauma there. And the trauma reacts with the hormones and becomes a whole new thing. There must be a word for it, the trauma and the hormone relationship.
It's like...
I'm sure it's there.
Yeah, I think it reminds you you're human. It reminds you that you're... none of us stay here forever, and change is inevitable. I don't like change. I think anybody likes change, but you have to embrace it because it happens whether you like it or not. And it's that kind of lack of control that you have over a situation. So that's I think that's really good way of explaining how those emotions came out of you at that time, because they could be built up over time, and when one little thing happens, it's out.
It's the bottle of pop analogy. So if you don't know the bottle of pop analogy, we use it with children quite a lot, but I think that it is relevant for any of us. And it's that if you have a bottle of fizzy drink, you've got the lid screwed on, and every so often you shake it, and that releases some of the bubbles and it makes the pressure in the bottle more. And so it's like going through our day or our week, and little things are shaking our bottle of pop, and they're shaking them and they're shaking them, and you can't tell by looking at that bottle of pop how much pressure it's under. And eventually, when somebody loosens the top slightly, everything from all those little shakes, the whole lot explodes.
It could be something not related to any of the other elements at all.
Exactly.
Just be some tiny little...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's something, going back to the back to school, that we need to prepare for as well. When the children come back from school, they have had a whole day of being at school, following the rules, sitting still, which they might not have done for all of the holidays, and they've got to get back into that routine of it, and that might have shaken their bottle.
And they store it up as well all day.
Home in their safe space,
and they let it out.
And we have to brace ourselves for that as well.
It is hard because they have a lot of pressure on them as well these days too, and some children seemingly can cope with that pressure. But then when they get home, you find out that they've not quite coped so well. But that's, in a way, a good thing that they can do that with you. They trust you to want to be able to do that with you.
Have to bear in mind when that's happening.
Yeah.
I'm their safe space. I'm their safe space. Where's
my safe space? So wrapping it up. So that's it for episode 8, Quirky Men and Mums, Surviving Quirks, Chaos and the School Run Countdown.
But I think it's most important to know that you're still not alone.
Yes.
There's loads of people with older children, there's loads of people with younger children who are navigating perimenopause and menopause, and we are doing it together. So if you've got your own survival tricks and want to share them with us, we'll read them out in a future episode.
We will.
How do people get in contact now?
Okay, so we've got menoquirks@gmail.com. And so we pick up those emails up all the time. We've also got Instagram, Meno Quirks. We have Facebook, Meno Quirks, surprisingly enough. And so you can get in touch there, send us a message, that'll be lovely. And we will do our best to reply. But also we would love to see your photos of if you've got baskets by the door, if you've got hangers with lots of memos on them.
We want to see your organisation and your organised chaos.
Yes, definitely.
Because we're all in the same boat.
We're all in the same boat, yeah.
And we want to see chaos as well, to make us feel a little bit more like we're not alone.
Yes.
Are you looking forward to going back to school?
Yeah.
Good.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So what do you need? What do you need to go back to school with, do you think? What are you going to be taking to school?
That I have everything I have bring.
Everything.
Yeah.
What do you keep in your bag at school to take to school?
Water bottle. I don't bring. I do bring floppy, but I don't get it in my bag.
Floppy rabbit, yes.
Okay.
And
Do you take a packed lunch?
sometimes.
No? Sometimes. Okay.
Cardigan.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's cold, I only have though.
Yeah. If it's cold, you need a cardigan.
And
Yeah.
wait, did I say my water bottle? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but I know what else is in your bag.
Don't tell me. All my drawings.
All your drawings, yeah.
nice.
Bag full of drawings, isn't
That's
it?
good. Is that what you do at lunchtime and
You do it with your
playtime?
friends?
Yeah. Good. That
And
sounds
we
good.
also make something called foxies.
You make paper foxes, don't you?
Yeah, Emily first learnt how to make them in her granddad's house. But then,
Oh.
but then
And
he
she
died.
taught
That's
you.
good.
Yeah, and then
Love
she
that.
taught
First morning
Okay.
at school.
Listen.
First morning at school, how are we going to help Mummy get everything together and get to school on time? What's the best thing you think you can do to help Mummy?
What do you feel about getting up early?
I feel like tired because I don't have enough sleep because I wake up really early. Because I woke up really early sometimes. I wake up really early.
And you go to bed
Yeah.
late.
Yep, we all know that one.
And so I get really tired at school. And the most important thing is my uniform, I think.
So look out for our social media teaser. Okay, we're going to have some demonstrations of what you could have in your bags and where they could be, just as examples and ways of helping everybody to get organised.
Help me understand how to keep shoes together.
Oh yeah, definitely. And if they are specific shoes, because you've got how many kids going to school?
Only
You've got two.
now.
Yes, that's true. And a big one that's going to college. So yeah.
He hopefully looks after his own shoes.
Thankfully. So until next time. Big sigh, letting it all out.
Oh, we're all feeling a little bit. End
Yeah.
of summer.
End of summer.
Worse for wear.
Ready for the autumn. Let's be positive. Glass half full, not half empty.
Glass needing a refill.
Needing a refill.
Let's refill
Yeah.
each other's glasses.
Perfect. Back to school.
Back to the school run.
Back to the school run. Chicken run. Back to
to chicken run.
back to the chicken run.
You were just somewhere, then you're going back to
Going
the
back to the chicken run,
to
yeah.
feed the chickens, but it's in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
should
go.
we
You
do
can't
that?
feed the chickens in the middle of the day. You should
You
feed
can.
them in the night. Wait,
Yeah.
can you?
Give us an out.
Because they'll fight.
Let's do an outro.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Back to school.
Just a reminder, we're not doctors, and the information shared on this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. Everyone's experience with menopause is different. So please speak with a qualified healthcare provider before making any medical decisions or changes to your health routine. You've been listening to the Meno Quirks podcast, brought to you by Small Talk Podcast.